Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a full face of Chanel products. Specifically, we are going to be playing with the new palette. This is the Les Beiges Healthy Glow Natural Eye Palette in Intense. I also pulled out some comparisons, so we're going to look at a few different eye quads that are similar, as well as a couple lipstick swatches, as well as the eyeliners I think go best with the Intense eye palette. And then of course we're going to end with fragrance of the day, and I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and review on the new Edinburgh fragrance from Chanel. So if you are interested in seeing how I created this look, learning a little bit more about the summer 2021 launch and the new fragrance from Chanel, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, full face of Chanel, and I just have to tell you a proud moment. I've officially finished a whole bottle of the Les Beiges Water Fresh Tint. As many of you know, this is one of my favorites. So I've got a fresh bottle here. I wear it in medium light, and I just love this foundation. I find it to be super versatile. You can kind of use it as a primer, you can use it as your foundation, which I generally do, or you can even kind of top your current foundation with this for a little hydration boost as well as a little glowy finish. So for me, I will take 2 pumps of this. It's very water rich, and I am just going to buff this into the skin. Okay guys, this is 2 pumps of the Water Fresh Tint. And then if I feel like I need more coverage, then I will pull out my Essential palette. And the Essential palette actually includes a concealer, a blush, and a highlighter. And what I will do is I will use this anywhere I feel like I need it. I don't generally use it underneath my eyes because I like to use my rose corrector, but we'll use a little bit of this down the nose and a little bit on the cheeks just to kind of show you that this works fantastic as an all-over kind of foundation. So if you haven't checked out one of these Essential palettes, they are really awesome because it's basically everything you need to travel with. Great cream blusher, highlighter, and then this concealer slash foundation, kind of like a cream foundation. So I'm just going to put a little extra just on the red parts. And pull a little bit underneath my eyes. Next, I'm going to warm up my skin, and I'm going to use my Les Beiges Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. And I still have this in the original universal shade, but they did launch the new darker version, and I have not picked this up because I wanted to actually go see it in person and see if it would work on my more light to medium skin tone. But I am so excited that they launched a darker tone because this is described as being a universal kind of base, which clearly this is not going to work for everybody's skin tone for the purposes of bronzing. So I am going to take my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Complexion brush, and I am going to just warm up the skin with my bronzer. So my bronzer now is the tan bronze, and then they have the beautiful Soleil Tan Deep Bronze, and I am tempted to buy that one as well. I'm not someone who really gets tan during the summer, so my hesitation is that it might not look that natural. But I was going to go check it out in person and kind of see if I could try it on my skin. So I'll keep you posted on that, and if you have already purchased it, I would love to hear your thoughts and what you think about it. Okay, let's move on to the Intense, and this is the Les Beiges Healthy Glow Natural Eye Palette. And you guys, I was on the fence about buying both of these palettes. I said in my last video, I really enjoy this formula for kind of a soft, easy, everyday eye look, and I do use my other ones. So I went ahead and got Intense, and I absolutely love it. And the eye quad that I thought it might be most similar to, because one of my other eye quads that I love, you guys, is the Blurry Green. This was an outstanding launch. I basically bought the whole Blurry series from Chanel, and they are probably all my most worn eye quads. And the reason I love this one is because of this beautiful, these two kind of bronzy shades here. And this one is kind of reminding me of a little bit of that kind of deeper, you can see there's a little bit of green in the Essential palette here. So I'm going to swatch both of these, but these were the ones that I was kind of like, am I duping? Am I getting a dupe by if I already have Blurry Green, which is my favorite? So as far as comparisons, these are the closest dupe. It's Blurry Green versus the Intense here. Okay guys, I wanted to give you a little swatch over here, and this is the Intense palette right here. And one thing that I found interesting is it does have a little bit of green in the quad. So it was kind of so when I was putting this on, I was realizing that this was very similar to my Blurry Green. And as you can see, even these two shades here, very similar. And then this had a little bit of green over here, and you can see it's very similar to this tone here. And then of course they've got this gorgeous bronze shade in the Blurry Green, and this gorgeous bronze in the palette. So as I am swatching these two, you can see they are very similar. The Blurry Green's definitely going to focus a little bit more on that brighter green over here, right here, but it is going to have that beautiful kind of bronzy, natural kind of eye look with a touch of green in it. Okay, let's go ahead and create a little simple eye look here. I'm going to start with this base tone right here, and I'm going to sweep that all over the eye. So you guys, I even just like a little wash of that color, and then I could put eyeliner and mascara and be done. But of course, we're going to be adding on. But I'm going to start with this beautiful bronze tone over here, and I'm going to kind of put that on the lid, bring it a little bit up into the crease, just a bit. I love the look of just those two colors, kind of for an everyday eye look. And then I'm going to come into this tone right here, which I feel like has a bit of forest green in here, a little bit of green olive in it. And I am going to put that on the outer V and bring it into the crease to intensify the eye look. I'm going to take a little bit of this on kind of a flat edged brush, and I'm going to run that underneath the bottom eyelash line and on the top. Then I'm going to come into this really pretty color here. I want to just show you. It's so pretty. I'm actually just going to pop a teeny bit of this kind of here to the outer. It's going to bring in a little bit more of that greenish olive tone. And I'm coming into this gorgeous color here. Then I'm going to come into this gorgeous kind of gold shade. I'm going to put a little bit up of the. So I tried to put on as many colors as possible, but to be honest with you, I've been using this a ton, but I've only been using like 2 or 3 colors to create an eye look, but it's so pretty. It's going to give you a gorgeous kind of bronzy eye with a touch of green. So as far as eyeliners to go with this palette, the ones that I have picked out and have been playing with are, of course, BRUN AGAPE, and that's going to be a chestnutty brown. Then I have CELADON, which is going to give you a pop of green. And then I have ESPRESSO, which is basically exactly what it's called, a deep espresso coffee brown. So I'm going to give a little swatch of those. And here are 3 of the eyeliners that I recommend. So this is BRUN AGAPE, CELADON, and then ESPRESSO up here at the top. All of these are going to go fantastic with this eye palette here. And the one that I've been pulling the most for with this palette has been Celadon, and that is partly because I have green hazel eyes and I kind of wanted to make that little bit of green and that olive kind of pop a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put Celadon eyeliner on. Okay guys, we've got that beautiful intense palette on, super versatile, and I'm going to go ahead and use, I have a sample of the Les Beiges. I really love this stuff. So once I run out of these little samples, I will be picking this up because I found I really love the way that this gives me sort of a soft, fluttery kind of eye look. So I'm going to do that and put on my Volume de Chanel. So I'm going to whip that on real quick, clean up my brows, and then I'll be back to finish off the rest of the face. Okay guys, here's the eye look with mascara on, and then I'm going to finish with a few more cream products, and then we will set the makeup and have fun with lips. I'm going to be using my Les Beiges. This is a cream blush stick, and this is a number 20, which I love. It's going to give me a little bit of a neutral kind of bronzy look. And these run a little bit sheer, so you don't have to worry about putting too much on. Looks a little scary. I'll blend this in. So you guys, this is sort of like my all over neutral. And if I feel like I need a little bit of a pop, like if everything's looking too kind of all one color, I will come in with number 23, which is a little bit more of a coral pink. And I'll pop that right on the apples of my cheeks, just to give a little bit of a different tone to my skin. Can you see the difference? It just kind of gave a little bit more lift versus the all over neutral. You don't have to do both. I just was feeling that I was looking a little bit all one color. Then I pulled out my BAUME Essential, and this is in Golden Light, and it's just a beautiful highlighter shade. And I'm just going to put that up on the top of my cheekbones. Definitely going for the kind of glowy bronzy look today. Now I'm going to set everything, and I have the Les Beiges Healthy Sheer Glow Powder, and this is in number 20. And you guys, I'm just going to use this kind of sheer powder and set everything. Okay guys, complexion is on. And then as far as the lipsticks, my favorite from the new launch is the Rouge Cocoa Flash, and this one is in Dawn. And I was asked to do a swatch comparison with Adrian, which is another one of my favorite kind of warm nudes. Have had several tubes of Adrian. So let me first give you a swatch. First give you a swatch of both of these. This is Adrian and this is Dawn. So as you can see, these are two different shades and tones. Both will go fantastic with that intense eye palette. And I thought I would go ahead and put Adrian on for you as well as Dawn. So Adrian is in the classic moisturizing Rouge Cocoa, kind of the original lipstick formula. I love these as well. These ones are going to be a little bit more opaque and less shiny than the flashes, but they are still super moisturizing, and Adrian is just a fantastic color. But as you can see, it actually has a little bit more of that pink peach in it. It is this one right here versus Dawn, which is definitely going to be that warm nude. This is the shade Adrian. And then we have shade 158 Dawn. And this is the shade Dawn. And one more time, we have got Adrian on top, and then we've got Dawn on the bottom. So you can see definitely two different lipsticks, but they're both beautiful choices, and both of these are a favorite of mine. We're going to set my face with the end of my Hydra Beauty Essence Mist. I love this stuff. It is time to repurchase, but that's just going to take down any of the powdery look, give myself a little bit of a glow, and I definitely love this stuff and will be repurchasing. This is my full face of Chanel. Now, of course, we're going to end with fragrance of the day, and they just launched a new fragrance from the Les Eaux de Chanel line, and it is called Edinburgh. So you guys, I've been playing around with this fragrance for a few days now because I was wanting to give you kind of a more thorough review, and I am a fan of this line. So these are going to be in these kind of cool flask-like bottles. One of my favorites is Venice. This is a beautiful kind of lighter fragrance. These are not meant to be full-on perfumes. These are definitely a lighter, easier to wear kind of fragrance. And I've been super excited for this launch. So I'm going to go ahead, put it on a little strip here. And when I first smell this, you guys, it is definitely a beautiful kind of fresh, very green kind of fragrance. It's a bit spicy and it has almost like a kind of medicinal kind of note in it, but I'm saying that not in a bad way. It just has kind of a clean kind of feeling to it. I think it is perfect for this time of year when the heat is rising and we're not wanting to wear super heavy kind of scents. We're wanting something that's going to sort of cut through that heat and give you a little lift. And this one is definitely going to do that. So when I was reading about this fragrance, I was super excited. This is an aromatic woody fragrance. Many of you know I really love woody fragrances. I love Sycamore, absolute favorite from Chanel. And it says this fragrance conjures the wild and majestic landscape of the Scottish Highlands, where Gabrielle Chanel found solace in nature. This has a powerful burst of juniper berries and cypress. I definitely smell that. That evolves into a warm vetiver accord with earthy undertones. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of earthiness into here. There's like a little bit of a medicinal kind of scent. And then it says that it has smoky accents to create a warm and surprisingly fresh scent. I definitely smell the woodiness in here, and it also has sort of a grassy element to it. So there's definitely a little bit of earthiness to it, and I would describe this as a fresh and warm scent. So there's definitely some warmth to it, but it definitely has that kind of fresh element to it. So you guys, this was one where I was going to blind buy it because I was so excited about this new launch from Chanel, and I'm glad that I waited for the sample because this one pulls just a tad masculine on me. There is a time and a place when I want that kind of true unisex kind of fragrance. For example, like I love Sycamore so much. This is definitely a kind of unisex fragrance. All fragrance is unisex. But for myself right now, you guys might have noticed a theme. I've been very into sort of girly kind of scents and more florals, a little bit sweeter, and to me this is more of a true kind of freshy green kind of scent to it. I do think this is a fantastic scent for the summer. One thing I noticed is that this does not have that Chanel DNA like many of the Chanel fragrances. This is kind of on its own little universe here. So the top notes in here are juniper berries and cypress. The middle notes are lavender, cedar, and vetiver. Definitely has a woody bit of an earthy scent to it. I'm not really picking up a ton of lavender in this scent. And then it says the base notes are vanilla and musk. So as you guys would imagine, I thought for sure this would be a shoe-in fragrance for me. And as it dries down, you do start to smell a little bit of that kind of vanilla, very faint, slight musk. But on my skin, it definitely was more of a woody scent, and it just had a bit of earthiness in here, not enough of the vanilla or the musk that I absolutely love in fragrances. So this to me is just a little bit too green, but I don't want that to discourage anybody. But if you are someone who gravitates towards more kind of green, slightly earthier fragrances, I think you're gonna love this. I have just been into my florals, a little bit sweeter fragrances, and this one just had sort of an earthy kind of green element in it that I didn't think I would reach for much. I would definitely wear this. I just know myself and my vast collection of fragrances that this would just sit and be a pretty vanity piece for me. But I am self-admittedly right now very into these kind of ultra feminine fragrances, and this one leaned just a tad bit masculine on my skin. It didn't quite have the musk and the vanilla that I was looking for, kind of almost just a bit too earthy and green, because I'm not someone who really gravitates towards those kind of green kind of fragrances. So Edinburgh for me was not necessarily a full bottle worthy fragrance. I tell people always good to get a sample. If you can go to the store, try it on your skin, see how it evolves, then it could be a winner for you, especially for the warmer months. So that is my thoughts on that new fragrance from Chanel. Let me know if you guys have smelled it, what your thoughts are, if you absolutely love it. I always like to hear your opinions as well. And I hope you found this video helpful, and I will be back with another one soon.